Hi everyone, it's Kirei here with my latest layout for Bramble Fox. And for this layout, I am using the new March Fox box. I'm using a number of the perspectives and I'm also using Paper Snips number 53 that come with the Fox Box Plus subscription. Okay, so I've pulled out the Vicki Boutin Discover and Create collection, and I've got a couple of the pattern papers here. I've got this super cute photo of my youngest nephew, and I am going to use the light blue perspective younique because I thought it was perfect to go with the photo of my nephew. So I've got this sort of text paper, and I've just torn off a top portion, and I'm deciding whether I'm going to layer it on the white card or this pattern background. It's in sort of like a, I don't know what colour, beige, maybe beigey colour. Anyway, and I decided that actually that white text paper against that sort of beige crossed paper actually worked really well. So I was happy with that. Distress the edges of the white text paper, and then I'll get those stuck together a little bit later. And then in the ephemera, there was this sort of like noteboard clipboard piece. I thought actually the black clip copper was going to sit perfectly on that. So that's the black perspective from the Fox box. So I've just stuck that onto that note paper sort of clipboard ephemera. And then I'm just playing around here with, I've torn another corner piece to go up the top, and I can't quite decide at the moment whether I'm going to use it or not. I've got the blue paper here. I'm thinking, do I add another layer underneath? I don't do that either. And then I'm just having a look at my photo, and I want to mount it onto a pattern paper just to lift it up against the sort of lighter background. So I've pulled out this sort of mustardy ochre sort of colour, and that works perfectly just to give it a little bit of a difference against the sort of mainly white sort of background there. So that's all good. I pulled out a few pieces of ephemera as well, just sort of playing around with how I was going to use it. So now I need to get these two stuck together. So I'm just ruling a line here because I'm going to trim off the excess and keep that for later. And then I'm just pulling back in my white card there, so I know that when I stick these two pieces together, that I'm making an exact 12 by 12 square again. And then I can start working with it. Okay, get those edges curled over, and then I'm going to have the photo and lay it up over there on the left, and then I'm going to create sort of an embellishment cluster around that, and then I'm going to bring in the younique title to the right, along with lots of other sort of phrases and words that suit the photo of my nephew. So here now, don't know what the hand action was there, but I actually, to be honest, I was actually away scrapbooking for a weekend, and so sorry actually, because the camera does go in and out a little bit, and it's probably because I'm away. I'm using it on a different stand. There's different light, and so yeah, so apologies for that. But yeah, I don't know what my hands were doing before, but I'm sure it's because I was talking and I'd stopped to, like, as you do when you talk, use your hands. Anyway, to the scrapping. So just getting some foam pads here. I'm just trimming some down. I'm raising some elements on the foam pads to just give that extra dimension. Working out here where these elements of ephemera, I'm going to sort of layer up. Here we go. I've got some of those words and sort of phrases there that I'm going to bring in. Some of these I don't end up using actually a bit later. Got an arrow there. Also get some foam pads on the back of that and raise it up. So yeah, so when I create layouts, I tend to like to get lots of sort of extra texture and dimension in. Not with everything, but certainly like my photos raised at the top edge, but it's flat at the bottom. Some of the words that I'm going to add to the right there will be raised up on foam pads. Some will be flat. So yeah, and sometimes I'll just curl up the edges slightly of something rather than it being stuck completely flat. So again, that just gives you that extra sort of, layered piece. And then I'm going to do a bit of fussy cutting here. So you're not going to see all of it because it takes a little while, but I'm fussy cutting some of the yellow and the blue flowers out. And I'm going to add those into the sort of clusters around my photo. And then also I'm creating a cluster at the top right. Now at this point here, I've taken off that corner piece of text paper and I'm just going with it on the background. But that does change. So right, I can get things sort of stuck down now that I'm happy with where they are. Just get those flowers in. And you can see here, I'm adding the glue, but just to the center of the flower because I've curled up the edges of the petals. When I do that, get that little arrow stuck over the top there. And then this other little cute banner that says one of a kind. And then I've got the little blue people perspective that is in the March Fox box. There's two of them, and I do add another one into the top cluster as well. I know there's only one person, there's only one person in the photo, but that's okay. I do add two of them because I thought they were really cute, so I thought I'm absolutely going to use both of them. And then I'm getting these pieces here, so I'm sticking down now that one there which says making memories. I've actually curved it in the middle and on the ends so that I've just stuck it so it's not completely flat, but it's not raised on foam pads. I'll get the younique perspective added into this sort of word grouping. So I'm just adding lots of sort of little words and phrases that I thought really suited the photo and my nephew. Now I'm actually sticking down all these pieces up the top here right now, and I'm doing it with glossy accents, so of course it's going to be stuck nice and hard. I do change that a little later. I just decided it just wasn't right, and I wanted another layer under there, so I do bring back in that corner piece of the text paper, the script paper. Yeah. So yeah, I have to sort of layer it or lift it all off with just a spatula really carefully, which is fine because, I'm going to cover it up anyway. So any pieces that are torn, it's okay. So again, bringing in some foam pads to get that raise some elements as I get them. So get them on there. So I've got the all good things and noteworthy up the top there. And then I've got the other one, it says the star of the show. So they're all really sort of worked really well with my photo. Okay, so I'm sort of getting there. I'm pulling out the paper snips here. This is number 53 that go with the Foxbox Plus subscription. And I've got that fabulous die that cuts out all the bottom elements, which is perfect, saves a bit of fussy cutting. I'm going to use two of the little circles here. One's got the pink heart and the other has the heart with treasured memories, and I've just laid them up to create the little like DIY epoxy flair, and I'm adding those into the clusters there, the one at the bottom, and then I'm adding that one into the top. And then I will use a couple of the words as well that I've cut out. So I've got splendid memory and look here, so I'll add those in also. I'm just bringing in a few more here, looking at some of the stickers from the Vicki Boutin collection as well. So just working out which ones, working well, because I'm sort of really just building up all the words and the letters. I've added in the "and just be you" as a title. And yeah, so just really continue to build up that sort of loud word phrase, sort of descriptive cluster, if you like. And I'm going to keep working on that and adding, as I say, some layered up, some flat. And then I will bring in and add some little gold dots, and I will also add some gold paint splatters. But I do that off camera actually, because that was a bit of an afterthought, the gold paint splatters. Here we go, the final layout. I hope you've enjoyed watching the video. Here's some of the close-ups. You can see the fabulous perspectives and the paper snips that I've used, all from the March Fox box and the March Fox box Plus subscription. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.